recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at ZEDGamesAU.
That's right, we're back. You're listening to Z Games here on 4ZZZ. My name is Hazel, and I'm here in the studio with
Caroline.
and
Miley.
Miley.
Yeah.
Are we doing voices? Yeah.
We're doing voices today.
We're doing voices every day.
Well, we have got a lot to talk about. But before we get to that, how are the two of you?
I'm tired, but honestly, I'm feeling better after Express Yourself.
It does that. It just brings it up.
Soothes the soul and then gets your blood pumping. I like it.
I'm also tired. I chugged an energy drink and it's already worn off. So,
but express yourself.
But hopefully getting some Nintendo in my body will make me come alive.
Yeah.
I phrased that
If
in
it
a
doesn't,
really weird
nothing
way.
else will.
Yep, nothing else but Nintendo will fix me.
On this episode, we return from the dead, I guess, because all three of us are exhausted, I think it's fair to say. But you know what? We got such an awesome show today.
We do.
So much fantastic news that Caroline's got lined up.
Yep.
It's going to heal us.
And I'm just
gonna heal
here
us.
to add to the vibes.
You
Yeah.
bring impeccable vibes.
You always bring the vibe.
Because I express myself.
You guys been playing a lot of games lately?
I have been playing not as many games as I want to, but I have been playing. The one game I've made time for is Split Fiction, which has just been such a good time.
Yeah.
Such a good time.
Would you recommend it?
Yes, I would. I've played all of, those games. It Takes Two and A Way Out with the same person, and it's just delightful. Every few years we sit down and have a bonding experience.
Nice.
And this is the best.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to give it a try.
I tried to play a game and I quit 15 minutes in because there was a jump scare.
Oh.
I was playing Detention because they also made 9 Souls, and so I wanted to compare the two games, like their first game and their second game. I don't like jump scares when they just come out of nowhere. I can handle them if I get a little bit of a warning that I can be a brave boy, but it just came out of nowhere and I just was like, nope, I can't do this anymore, goodbye. And I haven't touched it since.
Sometimes things are too scary.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a wimp.
I am an absolute the wimp, yes. Yeah. I get scared. I just watch other people play games, the scary games.
That's a good way to do it.
Because then the scare isn't happening to you, it's happening to them.
Yes.
And then it's funny.
I can't control the game adequately when I am scared because I panic and I flap. And I just also don't like it when a scary face pops up on my screen when it's like midnight.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one awake. It's doing the oogity boogity loud noise screech.
I have developed a chronic Warframe addiction.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, well, I'm a former Destiny 2 freak, as Caroline is horribly aware.
Well, yeah, I'm also a former Destiny 2 freak. And I haven't gotten into the Warframe yet.
Warframe, it just feels like all the fun stuff about Destiny 2, but none of the things that made me angry. And it's like completely free. There's you can get everything in the game as a free-to-play player, as far as I can tell. I could be wrong about that. But it's just I don't know. I'm having a good time. I'm never angry at the game. Except when sometimes things don't spawn in properly. But you know what? That's fine. It's free.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for the week in gaming news, and you know what that means.
Espresso set.
Caroline, take it away.
This week in gaming news, there was April Fools. There was the Overwatch April Fools event. Totally normal watch with a variety of changes to the characters, such as Hanzo can ride Orisa into battle, giving Orisa extra movement speed.
I like that
Reinhardt can drift using his charge ability.
I also like that one.
Genji can occasionally heal himself when he is requesting healing.
I like that one too.
I hate that one. And Zenyatta fires googly eyes instead of orbs.
Yeah.
There's the Pal World, last year Pal World dating sim. That was that, the April Fool's thing. It seems to be real. It seems like they're actually making it. Pal World's more than just pals. It has a Steam page.
Do you date the pals?
Yes.
Oh.
You
Let's
can
not
date
get
the
into
pals,
this.
or there's a couple of other people. There's some art.
We cannot get into this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last time we talked about it,
Yeah.
it was a disaster.
Yeah, okay.
Marvel Rivals. There's a Venom twerk emote. Need I say more?
Can we get into that?
You can clap those juicy, juicy cheeks.
You can get into that on your own time.
Dave the Diver Remastered, coming 2049.
I like that.
The graphics were horrible. It was, yeah. And there was many more stories if you want to go out and find your favorites. Maybe text in your favorites to the number. Anyway, Silent Hill F has been rated. After much confusion around the rating of the upcoming Silent Hill F, after first being reported as refused classification and then that being rescinded, the game has now been properly assigned a rating of MA.
And it was said that it was automatically assigned the refused classification rating in error.
Because of forms and automation or something.
We love bureaucracy here.
Oh, yeah, outstanding. And then Nintendo has announced the Nintendo Virtual Game Card, which will be coming to the Switch and the Switch 2, which will allow owners of digital games to share them with people in the same Nintendo family group. This feature will require a local connection between two consoles and will come via a system update in late April. And thank you. And then there was the Switch 2 Direct last night from 11 p.m. to 12 in the morning, and I was there. They talked about the hardware for the Switch 2, which was boring, honestly.
It's an upgrade. What did you expect?
It's bigger, it's better. There's like a fan in the dock so that it won't overheat or something. You can do like 4K when docked.
And everything's different, so you don't get to keep any of your old accessories.
Yeah, basically. There's a C button that does chat, and I don't know, they seemed excited about that. One of the new games they announced is basically Tech Demos the game, which, yeah, it looks meh. The Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which costs money. Who would buy that? I don't know. Yet, micro SD cards don't work anymore. In the new one, you have to buy a new proprietary little thing, but there is more internal storage. But there's a bunch of games that can be upgraded to a Nintendo Switch version.
You did skip the most important part of the hardware, which is that you can now use the Joy-Con as a mouse.
Oh yeah, there was that.
In certain places.
You can use it as a mouse, and since they're bringing Civ 7 to Nintendo Switch 2, you'll be able to use a mouse. Honestly, at that point, just play it on PC.
But you can take it with you, and you don't have to buy a Steam Deck, I guess.
Yeah, but you'll need a flat surface to put your little mousey thing on, so...
I guess.
Yeah, they've announced a new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart World, which is like an open world Mario Kart game. There's like rallies, and there's also events where you do a race and then you have to drive to the next race in the world, and there's like free roam, and you can do pictures and just hang out with your friends in the huge world. And honestly, I think it's really cool. Most important thing, you can drive as the cow from
Moo Moo Meadows.
Moo Moo Meadows, that's it. That's it.
I do have something to say about this, which is just 3 words: Mario Kart Horizons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. That's excellent addition. So a bunch of games you're going to be able to upgrade. You'll be able to pay a upgrade fee to upgrade it from a Nintendo Switch to a Nintendo Switch 2 version. No idea on how much that'll cost, and there's only select games. This means the games will have like visual upgrades and take advantage of the, you know, all the gimmicks of the Nintendo Switch, because, you know, Nintendo's got a Nintendo and will shoehorn all of the tech stuff in.
This seems like much the same model as Sony did with the PlayStation 4 upgrades to PlayStation 5, where you technically can play the base game on the PS5. It's fine, but they have like a downloadable PS5 upgrade pack that
Yes.
Makes it shinier.
Yes, indeed. And there are several games upcoming that will release on both of the consoles, such as, you know, Pokemon ZA, whatever. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other games that are coming to the Switch too, such as, you know, Elden Ring, Hades 2, Street Fighter 6, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. There's also Project 007, so the Hitman people are making a James Bond game.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Because there have been some okay James Bond games. GoldenEye 64.
Anyway, there was a Hyrule Warriors game announced, and I was very disappointed that it wasn't an actual prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, you know, playing as what's-her-face, Princess Lady? Zelda. Wow. Oh, I am tired indeed. Yeah. And then a bunch more. Oh, Hollow Knight Silk Song is apparently coming this year, although I will not believe that until, you know, it is in my hot, grubby little hands.
Yes, correct.
From Software is also teaming up with Nintendo with Duskbloods, which I was excited about until I heard that, yeah, it is a, like, 8-player PvPvE.
Interesting.
Which, nah. And also, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Donkey Kong game that looks real fun. Yeah, there was a bunch more stuff, but go watch the video if you're interested. And game releases for this week. On April 3rd, we have The Last of Us Part 2 remastered for the PC, Roman Triumph Survival City Builder for PC, and Sand for PC. I love having sand in my PC. It's
Me
great.
too.
So good.
Of course, it's irritating.
And then on April 4th, we have Echo Beach, far away in time. No, Echo Beach for the PC. The Renovator Origins for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Switch. April 7, we have Peppered, an existential platformer for PC. April 8, South of Midnight for PC and Xbox Series X. Battlefield Waltz for the Switch. South of Midnight for Xbox and PC. Tiny Garden for PC. And finally, on April 9th, we have Descenders Next for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. All in Abyss, Judge the Fake, PlayStation 5, Switch, PC. Commandos Origins for PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC. Descenders Next for Xbox and PC. And Drive Loop Survivors for PC.
When you said the Renovator Origins, I really pictured like a sort of house flipper, tongue-in-cheek style game about renovating houses.
Is that not it?
The Renovator Origins is a first-person psychological horror game. Uncover the mysteries hidden within art, where
What?
each exhibit reveals secrets of its era and creator. Well, that is...
Game devs really be naming games just anything.
Yeah. That's very interesting. But that's it this week in gaming news. But right now, we are going to go to our dear friend, Paul, the review machine. And he's got a review of a game called Look Outside.
You have strange dreams at night. A familiar voice beckons you to your window. There are stairs leading into the night sky. You awaken just as you begin to ascend them. You have an urge to look outside your window. Maybe just a peek? Your eyes are pulled out of your face and you're sucked into the cosmos. And there lies the first death for most players in the new game Look Outside by developer Francis Coulombe, also known as Frankie Smile Show. Shadow dropped by Devolver Digital around 2 weeks ago, Look Outside is a horror survival RPG built in RPG Maker, set in an apartment building during some kind of apocalyptic cosmic horror event. All those who have looked outside have been changed, mutated, deformed into monstrous beings. The first thing most will notice about the game is the art. Frankie Smile Show is an artist who specializes in pixel art. Look Outside is a game packed with interesting and grotesque characters whose designs would not feel out of place in a Junji Ito manga, aside from the fact that they are drawn as cartoony pixel art. There are a lot of horror influences here, from the aforementioned Junji Ito, Kafka's The Metamorphosis, I Am Legend, and of course a dash of H.P. Lovecraft. Designs are not often reused in the game, so part of the appeal is the constant discovery of new creatures and designs, entities that often change during your encounters. This results in a game that has a lot of art, and thankfully, it's extremely disturbing and playful. The tone of Look Outside is an interesting one. Yes, there are untold horrors all around you, but also, you're just a guy who's often happy enough just to hang out in his room playing video games. You have a ticking clock of 14 days before something happens. The characters themselves may not feel especially concerned by this, however. The way I played, I embraced the horrible things I had to do as just part of life, and at the end of the day, looking in the mirror, I generally felt pretty good about myself. Venturing from your apartment, you will find what remains of your neighbours. Some dead, some changed, some just living their lives. Even those who have looked outside and have been transformed may still remain somewhat down to earth and be happy to chat, trade, or just leave you alone. My first playthrough, which took around 15 hours in real time, was done entirely on easy. That's right! Sometimes people want to play on easy and we shouldn't feel ashamed. Why did I choose this? Mostly because normal difficulty only allowed you to save in your apartment, and easy allows saving anywhere. Combat is a bit easier and resources are a bit more generous. What this did, however, was encourage me to take the risks I perhaps would not have taken otherwise. Around the halfway point of the game, I was presented with a choice that would permanently disadvantage my character. I felt comfortable making the choice for narrative reasons, rather than weighing up the strategic disadvantage. The choice may not have been so hard, however, if at that point of the story I had any friends. Soon after, I had a party of 4 characters, so being disadvantaged didn't make much of a difference, as I now had a wealth of options to explore in combat. Before moving on from playing on easy, it also made me more willing to do what I otherwise never have the motivation to do, and that's kill NPCs that are not enemies. It really let me roleplay those decisions and explore the consequences, and it never broke progress in the game for me. I have begun a second playthrough now on normal, and it's made me desire a hard mode. Easy was great for learning how the game functions, but going in with that knowledge makes normal a bit on the easy side itself. There is a hard mode in development apparently, but as of yet, it is not available. But why would I play it again? Well, because a lot can happen. There are a lot of choices and stuff you can just plain miss. I mentioned having a party of 4, but there are way more characters that I never recruited or even saw. Plus, there's an element of randomness to what you encounter. At one point, a new character knocked on my door. I invited them in and had a very entertaining interaction, tried to add them to my party, but I accidentally kicked my favorite character out of my apartment permanently. I quickly reloaded just before the interaction, and then a totally different character knocked on my door. I never saw the original one again. You fill your days with horror and the mundane. Get up, water your plant, cook food for yourself and your housemates, talk to your neighbor, have a shower, brush your teeth, and play video games. All these activities affect your stats, some of which are obvious and others with less obvious effects. For a simple example, bad hygiene may make monsters more likely to detect you while sneaking around. But let's talk about video games. You have a small collection of games. Throughout your adventure, you will collect more, and playing them is a very worthwhile activity. A single session may calm you and give you some social points, but also comes with a fun description of the gameplay, and then when you finally beat the game, You'll get a new ability to use in combat, ranging from the very useful to worth it just because it's funny. The real highlight of the game for me, and what kept me wanting to explore more and more, was the inventiveness of all the scenarios. The overall plot is a bit basic, and the endings are not exactly going to surprise you. It is cosmic horror after all, but the small stories within, they make up the bulk of the experience, and I need more people to play it so I can discuss them more openly. There are disturbing concepts, but the execution is just plain fun for anyone with even a passing interest in horror. Taking on any challenge always felt worthwhile because I knew something unexpected would happen. Now for the bad stuff. The game is built of little stories all existing in this same place, and I love that. The initial feeling of exploration and discovery is intoxicating, but as you complete more of the game, it begins to feel somewhat static. Most NPCs don't get new dialogue, stories rarely interact, and so the later half loses a bit of that pizzazz. My last few days, I just stayed in my apartment playing video games. Additionally, the interface and controls are just a bit clunky. Not unusable, but I did have to change the controls from default to play on my Steam Deck, which struck me as very odd for a game that just uses 4 directions and 2 buttons. Although in retrospect, the game may primarily be designed to play with a mouse, as you can simply click to move the character around. Still, direct control works, so it's nice to smooth off the edges on that. The other is bugs. There are a lot of them. Most don't matter in terms of gameplay. For instance, my breath would get worse nightly, despite me brushing my teeth. I'm pretty sure the stat was fine, and the message was just triggering for another reason. Also, just a note to point out the ridiculousness of me complaining about having bad breath in my cosmic horror game. I had a few game-stopping bugs, like an invincible enemy and items that didn't have any effect when triggered, which required a reload. Honestly, I like a rough game, I like the seams, but there's no denying that there's an uneven polish to the current product. If these are deal breakers for you, maybe check back later in the year after a few patches. Look Outside is a highly enjoyable cosmic horror RPG with excellent pixel art and knockout scenario design. It's a bit rough around the edges, but hey, I don't care. Play it so I can talk to someone about my rat. Look Outside is currently available on PC for around $15 Australian. I played the game with code provided by the publisher.
Thank you, Paul. I'm imagining you wearing a shirt that says, "Ask me about my rat." You're listening to Z Games here on 4ZZZ. My name is Hazel. I'm here in the studio with my friends
Caroline.
and
Bailey.
Yeehaw.
and we're having a great time tonight, I think. Are we having a
Yes.
great time?
Yes.
I
Sure.
always have a great time on the radio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if you want to
definitely.
support us having a great time and giving you a great time by listening to us having a great time, I've got great news. It's April Atonement.
You
Atone
can.
for your sins.
You can atone for your sins.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
April Atonement is one of our 2 yearly subscriber drives here at 4ZZZ. We are a community radio station, so we are largely funded by subscribers. People like me, like you,
Me.
and you,
And me.
and you
And my
out there
dog.
listening, and your dog.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you have a pet, you can sign them up too, and they can support community radio. You know?
and
You're-
atone for their sins.
And atone
So
for their
many
sins.
And if your pet is anything like my pet, they have many sins.
Oh man, my cat's got so much to atone for.
Same.
But yeah, if you're out there, you got pets, you got dogs, you got cats, you got birds,
Iguanas.
Goldfish.
you got iguanas, you got goldfish, you got ducks. I already said birds.
Ducks aren't birds.
What?
Neither are chickens, I guess. Anyway,
I'm not going to.
get them a pet subscription for the low price of 25 Australian dollars
And that lasts you for the whole year.
The whole year.
for the whole year.
Your pet's
And you know what?
immortal soul.
You can also subscribe yourself for the slightly less low price of $80 for a full subscription, $40 for a concession subscription. $140 for a passionate subscription if you want a t-shirt and a tote bag with a limited edition design on them.
If you're full of passion.
Or even a super sub for $500 if you're an absolute community radio freak and you want your name on the wall in Z Towers.
We'll give it a little kiss whenever we walk past and we see your name. We'll give it smooch.
Mwah.
Or not, if you would rather that.
Yeah, no, if that freaks
just
you out,
specify in the notes.
We'll put a little don't kiss
Specify kiss.
bit underneath.
No kiss.
What do you get as a subscriber?
You get a card and one of my
warm inner
that too.
glow.
I was going to talk
Get
about
the
the
feeling of
discounts.
supporting.
You can get a discount from Reverse Garbage and Oxlades.
It's all about the cash, the financial rewards.
Listen,
There are a lot of financial rewards.
It's
If-
fair.
I go to those places to get art supplies for doing my projects, and I get a cute little discount.
We
Yes,
have
yes.
a wide variety of sub-discount outlets all across Brisbane that you can check out on our website, 4ZZZ.org.au, where you can also sign up. And yeah, they all offer interesting deals, discounts.
It's
for-
just a huge, genuine. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go to Reverse Garbage or I don't. There'll be something for you.
There'll be something there for you.
I know you do.
And
I know
what?
you do, and I love that.
You're going to whip out that 4ZZZ subscriber card and they're going to give you the VIP experience because they know that you're a real one.
And maybe you can even wear your 4ZZZ shirt there and get to exchange knowing looks with the staff and be like,
else do you get as a 4ZZZ subscriber? You get the chance to win on-air subscriber giveaways. And it is our 50th year of broadcasting
That's
this year.
pretty special.
So we're going to have a whole lot of awesome events lined up that you can sign up and get a discount on as a subscriber. You also get discounted tickets to 4ZZZ supported live shows all over Brisbane and the power to request songs on air from your favorite 4ZZZ broadcasters. Not us, because our show is very carefully programmed with video game music.
We have curated
lots
Brown
of other
Couch.
shows.
Listen to Brown
Couch.
Couch and request a song and
They love it.
say that Zed Game sent you.
Say that Zed Game sent you. They'll
I
love
don't-
it. They'll tell us about it.
If you do request songs from a game I like, though, I'll do it. I won't tell you what the games are, but you can try.
Yeah.
And if you pick a game that I love, I'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
But it's up to you. Do you have good taste in games?
Do you
Find
have good
out.
taste in games? Let's find out.
If you're a subscriber, you can find
If you're
out.
a subscriber, you can find out. And this year, we have got a whole range of amazing prizes that you are going into the draw to win and when you subscribe. They've been donated by our friends at New Farm Cinemas, BMAC, Oasis. That's one of the boats that goes up and down the river partying. Heaps
boats.
Normal. They've got a year of non-alcoholic beer. Jets Fitness in Fortitude Valley. The Brisbane Festival is giving away a Riverfire experience package.
Ooh, is the experience being able to catch a bus in a timely manner after the river fire ends?
No.
Dang.
Stork Furniture is giving away a beautiful record player, desk, table, console
I was eyeing that.
set
It
that
looks
has a built-in pocket for all of your vinyls to go in.
The woodwork impeccable.
You could get a 6-month membership at Vikasati.
Ooh.
How do I say it again? Bathhouse? Vikasati Bathhouse.
Yes. I was eyeing that one as well.
For under 18 subscribers, there is even a prize from the Buttery Music School, which is free music classes. We've also got things from Gyrostream, Smoke Garage, Outside the Box, and Vanilla Sulu. If you want to find out more details about any of those amazing things, go to 4ZZZ.org.au and check it all out. There's so much there. There's definitely something for you, and it's definitely worth it. And there's definitely a subscription that's in your budget.
So
Do it.
Don't you want to atone
it.
for your sins?
Atone for
and
your
support
sins.
us.
Anyway,
Support us to support you.
Yeah.
Support us.
We got so passionate about community radio
We did.
that we actually burned up a bunch of
it's
time,
so
and
late.
it is the end of the show. That's right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're having fun, and I
Time
have
flies like a
nothing
banana.
but fun on this show. So we have gotta go. Thank you so much for listening, and
Thank
check us
you.
out again next week.
See
We
you then.
love you.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.